tree. Alice hurried through the school's darkened halls, the last rays of sunlight fading from the windows. She was annoyed with her friends for interrupting her cleaning duties, especially since they didn't offer to help. They had left her alone when they ran out of things to talk about. Alice was uneasy. The school was full of dark rumors, and she had seen no students all day. The echo of her footsteps was unsettling, and her anxiety grew when she saw a potted plant in the corner of the corridor. The plant had belonged to her previous teacher, and it reminded her of him and what had happened that year. Mr. O was Alice's homeroom teacher and also taught Chinese. He was a quiet man with a thin frame and a perpetually sad expression. He was not at all friendly, and he made no effort to connect with his students or colleagues. However, he seemed to be deeply invested in caring for his plants, and he took particular pride in the potted plant in his homeroom. He loved the plant so much that he would check on it every break. One day, a student accidentally spilled chemicals on Mr. O's favorite plant. The plant turned black and withered away. The student replaced the plant and decided to burn the old one, fearing punishment. Even the other students in the class helped out. They carried the dead plant to the incinerator and lit it on fire. The dead plant caught fire easily and soon burned with black smoke. The flames grew larger and larger, and then a scream was heard. It was as if the burning plant was screaming in pain. That's when Mr. O came running. Watching his beloved plant burn was driving him mad. Before anyone could reason with him, he rushed into the flames to be with his beloved plant in the fire. Both Mr. O and the plant were engulfed in flames within seconds. No one said a word. Everyone was shocked by what had just happened. Considering the consistent testimonies of the students involved, the police ruled it a case of delusional suicide. And because Alice was there that day at the incinerator, that's why every time Alice sees the plant that Mr. O used to care for, it makes her shiver. Normally, Alice would go out of her way to avoid walking past the spot where the plant was. She would take a different route if she wasn't in a hurry. She tried to calm herself down, but when she saw the light on in a nearby classroom, she felt a surge of relief. She was terrified of being left alone in the dark building. Alice was glad to see that someone else was still in the school. She hurriedly opened the door to the classroom, but what she saw made her freeze in fear. It was the back of a man standing in front of the plant. Alice's heart skipped a beat when she realized what she was seeing. This was her homeroom from the previous year, homeroom number 2. The man slowly turned around and faced Alice. He was holding the corpse of a dog with its stomach ripped open. The entire room was filled with the stench of blood, and his other hand was covered in it. The man approached Alice slowly, his eyes gleaming with malice. "How convenient," he said. "My tree is just about out of food."